Good morning. It's 9:39. And on Wednesday mornings, we spend a little time with something we call Ask the Lawyer. And indeed, it is time for that right now. Let's get right to it with Bruce L. Scheiner, Ask the Lawyer. This segment intended to be some general knowledge and information about the law, not specific advice in any means. Attorney for the injured, Bruce L. Scheiner. And a question submitted maybe by you. Now, some important things to remember, and I gave the question out earlier this morning. We've had some time to think about it on an amateur level. We're going to see what the professional says now. But some things to remember as we proceed this morning. If you've got a question that you'd like to have considered for a future show, I'll tell you how to submit it in just a couple of moments. Also, please remember that the legal opinions expressed in these segments should not be taken as specific legal advice in your specific case. You've got to see a professional yourself for that to happen. So, many attorneys offer free consultations. Bruce L. Scheiner does. You might want to take advantage of that. And in the meantime, some things we can tell you absolutely and definitively. Don't make any statements. Don't let anybody record any conversations. And don't sign anything until you have a sit-down with a professional. Let's see what Bruce thinks of today's legal brain teaser at Kicks Country 92.9. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please help me welcome Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Good morning, Bruce.
Hey, good morning, Todd. Before we get started this morning, I wanted to wish you, your staff, and your entire listening audience a very happy, healthy holiday season.
Well, that's beautiful. Thank you for the kind thought, and I'm sure everybody appreciates that. It's that time. Obviously, a little bit of stress for some of us who haven't gotten our shopping done yet. I'm looking in a mirror, by the way. I've got some more to do. You and I were talking a little bit ago, actually, about how you just are never prepared for the holidays, are you?
You never are, but Amazon Online could help you go a long way to get those presents.
That's true. That's true. Something else you're never prepared for is when life hands you something that's a little difficult to deal with, like an accident. And so we get these questions that are sent in, and we look at them on a weekly basis. A lot of times that's the subject material, and it is again today. So if you have a few minutes, I'd like to throw out today's question at you and see what you think.
I'm ready, Todd.
All right, here's what it says. My best friend was riding his motorcycle at a slow rate of speed and was involved in an accident in which he sustained significant head injuries. The person who caused the accident had a very low level of insurance, which will not begin to pay for the surgery and medical bills he requires. He was wearing a highly rated helmet, which failed to protect him, even though he was driving at a very slow rate of speed. Can he pursue a case against the helmet manufacturer? I don't remember us ever having a question about this kind of thing before. What do you think?
Well, we recently were contacted by someone under very similar circumstances, and the answer is you certainly can have the helmet tested to see and make sure it meets all the standards of a motorcycle helmet, because that's, of course, the purpose of the helmet is to protect someone who's in a accident, which involves a reasonable rate of speed, from getting a brain injury. So the helmet was made to protect the motorcycle rider from being brain injured, and apparently it didn't work in this case. So it looks like, on the surface, he may have a very good case. He should immediately contact a very experienced personal injury lawyer with a lot of experience in motorcycle cases, and that lawyer could have that helmet tested.
I don't think it's something that I certainly don't think about this on a daily basis, and most people probably do not. But just about everything around us in our lives, especially if it deals with driving our cars, riding our motorcycles, that kind of thing, there are industry standards, aren't there, that are expected to be upheld?
Absolutely. There definitely are, and that's why you have to have it tested by an expert to see if they meet those standards.
Okay, but that's something that is evidence that tends to disappear if you don't jump on things quickly. Isn't that usually the case?
That's another great idea. You must secure your evidence right away and make sure you keep that helmet, because a lot of people, might send the helmet back to the helmet manufacturer, and that'd be the last time you'd ever see it.
Sure. This is where you need a lawyer on your side, because he and his family don't need to be dealing with that anyway. They need a lawyer to take it over and deal with it on his behalf. That's what they do. So get to an attorney fairly quickly, get some professional advice, and let's see where it leads is the bottom line here. Bruce, I'm hating to hear that this kind of story is taking us into the Christmas holiday, and for somebody else they're going to be dealing with this through the holiday season. But at least there's a ray of light at the end, so to speak, because you've provided some answers here. Thank you.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Todd. I always enjoy trying to these very difficult riddles.
Yes, and I know that you have a wealth of experience with regard to motorcycle cases, so I feel comfortable being able to ask you these questions, that we're getting some real savvy advice.
I appreciate that, Todd.
Well, I look forward to talking to you again soon. Now, next week between the holidays, I'll be on vacation. Yes, they're letting me go for just a little bit, but we'll talk again in the new year, the first Wednesday of 17, if that's okay.
Well, I wish you and, again, all of your listeners a very Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much, Bruce, and we look forward to talking to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Everybody, let's give it up again for Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. And let us remember that if you've got a question that you think might be interesting for the listening audience to hear and perhaps get an answer from Bruce, go ahead and send it to us. The way to do that is to go to our website, kickscountry929.com. And then look for me, Todd Matthews. You can also look for Bruce L. Scheiner on the homepage, or put Bruce in the keyword search box. All take you to the same place. And he'll be more than happy to give some consideration to your question for the future. He's also very happy to consult with you on your legal situation for free. Just give him a call in his Port Charlotte office, 941-743-7777. That's 743-7777. Don't let anyone take away your rights. Don't sign anything or say anything till you sit down with my friend and yours, attorney for the injured, Bruce L. Scheiner. 743-7777. Tell him that Todd Matthews sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.